God says, do not try to ignore this. The person you love deeply will never tell you this bitter truth. Everyone except you already knows what happened last night, so stay and listen carefully. There are moments in life when the voice of God pierces through everything else, not with thunder or flashing signs, but with quiet clarity that you cannot afford to overlook. This is one of those moments. What you feel in your spirit right now is not confusion, it is not fear, it is the voice of God nudging your heart because something has been hidden from you, something everyone else has already seen. The one you love so deeply, the one you have trusted, has carried something in silence. But heaven has chosen today to reveal what you must know. Not to break you, but to save you. Not to harm you, but to wake you up and protect your heart before it is crushed. There is something sacred about truth, even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts, God never exposes to shame you. He exposes to heal, to protect, to make sure you are not walking blindly into heartbreak that could have been avoided if only you had paused and listened when He whispered, "Do not ignore this." The pain of being the last to know, the pain of finding out too late, is greater than the pain of hearing it now. So stay, let these words hold you for a moment. Let them be the arms of God wrapping around you in a world that just turned cold. Please, if your heart is still beating, if your spirit feels a stirring, comment "Amen" right now to affirm your trust in God's timing and presence. And if this has already touched something deep inside you, and you can feel that this is not just coincidence, but a divine moment set up just for you, like this video, it might reach someone else who needs it more than we know. Now breathe, let these words steady you. You did not come across this message by accident. Heaven saw your tears. Heaven heard your prayers. Heaven watched the night you stayed up trying to convince yourself that what you felt was just in your head, but it was never just your imagination. You weren't overthinking. You were sensing something your spirit already knew. The person you love deeply has kept a truth from you, not out of hatred, not always out of malice, but out of fear, guilt, shame, or even selfishness. And what they have done or failed to tell you is now known by others. The silence you thought protected you is no longer shielding you, it is trapping you. But God is reaching into that silence now and breaking it open, because you are not meant to live in the dark. There is something that happened, something that unfolded when you were unaware, when your heart was still holding on, when you were praying for them and loving them with all your soul. While you were believing in their words, something else was happening behind your back. And now, God is bringing light to it, not because He wants to destroy what you had, but because He wants to protect what you still have left of yourself. This is not about punishment. This is about preservation. He will not let you be misled another day. He will not let you be the only one walking blind in a room full of people who already know the truth. God has sent this word today because He knows how much you've poured into that love. He knows how faithful you've been even when it hurt. He saw how you forgave things no one else would, how you prayed when others would have walked away. And still, despite all that, there is a truth the other person has kept buried, and now it has surfaced. Maybe it was a betrayal, maybe it was a lie, maybe it was something you would have forgiven had they been honest. But they weren't. And God is not angry with you. He is not punishing you. He is lifting the veil because He cannot watch you walk further into something that was never built on truth. Stay with me till the end, because what you are about to hear is not just about pain, it is about restoration. It is about the mercy of God stepping in before damage becomes permanent. God does not tear things apart without reason. When He removes something, it is because what you thought was a blessing might have become a burden, and you cannot afford to give your soul to someone who is no longer giving you honesty. He has seen how hard you tried to make it work. He has seen your tears on the pillow, the prayers that were laced with desperation, the days you walked around pretending everything was fine. He saw how you were willing to fight for someone who was already hiding something from you. But he is not letting you walk alone anymore. Heaven has decided to interfere. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this. The feeling that something shifted last night, that something happened without your knowledge, is real. The Spirit of God is trying to protect you before your soul becomes entangled with a lie. You may feel afraid to let go, but God is not asking you to let go of love. He is asking you to let go of deception. Comment 1111 if you believe that God reveals to redeem and not to destroy. What happened last night may not be fully clear to you yet, but the people around you are aware. You have been the only one kept in the dark, and today that changes. God's love for you is too great to let you remain unaware. There is something about divine protection that does not always feel comforting at first. Sometimes it comes as heartbreak. Sometimes it feels like confusion. But in time, you will see it was His hand pulling you out of the fire before it consumed you completely. You have always been loved. You have always been chosen. And this pain, though heavy, is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your deliverance. The truth may shake you, but it will also free you. And once you are free, you will never go back to begging for the bare minimum again. You will walk with your head high, knowing that the God who reveals also heals. Is this the same CIA brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. He is trying to make you aware of what your spirit has been quietly sensing for some time now, but your heart didn't want to accept. God sees what was done in secret. He sees what others have tried to cover up. And He loves you too much to let you continue loving someone who is no longer telling you the truth. This isn't just a warning. This is a rescue. You are not meant to stay bound to what is breaking you. The person you love deeply, the one you have prayed for, sacrificed for, trusted with parts of yourself you never showed anyone else, has not told you everything. There is a truth they are holding back, and whether it is out of fear, guilt, shame, or manipulation, it is still a truth that you deserve to know. You deserve clarity, even if it hurts. You deserve honesty, even if it shakes your world. And God is stepping in, not just to expose, but to prepare you for healing. Because when the people around you already know something that you do not, it becomes a silent pain that builds in the dark. It makes you question your worth. It makes you wonder if love always comes with betrayal. But God is speaking now so that you do not carry this burden alone anymore. There is something sacred about being chosen by God. It means you are protected in ways you don't even see yet. It means that sometimes He will disrupt what you thought was perfect to save you from what would have crushed your spirit. This disruption, this unsettling feeling, is not random. It is heaven intervening. It is God shielding your soul before it is scarred even deeper. You were not made to stay loyal to someone's silence. You were made to walk in truth and light. Let your heart be still for a moment and understand this. What was hidden will come to light, and not to embarrass you, not to destroy your hope in people, but to remind you that God sees what you don't. And when He speaks like this, urgently and clearly, it is because He is offering you a way out before the damage becomes too great. You may feel like you are being ripped away from someone you love, but in truth, you are being brought closer to the love that will never lie to you, God's love. Comment 222 if you trust this. There's something incredibly painful about loving someone with your whole heart, only to find out they were not being honest with you. It shakes the very foundation of your being. It makes you doubt your own discernment. But hear this: God is not condemning you for loving deeply. He created you to love with a pure heart, but He never intended for you to stay blind to deception. When He says stay and listen carefully, He is asking you to pause long enough for Him to speak truth to your spirit, to give you wisdom, to give you peace even in the storm. There is a shift happening. You may not see the full picture yet, but God is bringing pieces together. The person you trusted has done something you were not supposed to find out this way, but now that you know something is off, you cannot go back to pretending. Your spirit is awake, your heart is listening, and God is pouring out clarity to help you make sense of what your emotions have struggled to name. Last night may have felt like any other night to you, but in the spiritual realm, something was revealed. Something was uncovered. Conversations were had, decisions were made, and somehow everyone around you became aware, everyone but you. That's why your heart feels unsettled. That's why people are acting different around you. God is not just whispering this to you now. He is calling you out of confusion and into truth. This truth may feel bitter, but it will be your freedom. This realization may break your heart, but it will be the start of your healing. And as painful as it is to admit, the person you love is not ready to be honest with you, and God cannot allow you to continue in darkness when the light is finally shining through. You do not need every detail. You do not need full explanations. What you need is the peace of knowing that you are not crazy, that your discernment was right, and that God is standing beside you, guiding your every step. You are not abandoned. You are not forsaken. You are not walking alone through this heartbreak. God's arms are around you, His presence is within you, and His plan for you is still alive. What happened behind your back may have hurt, but it cannot destroy you because God is already ahead of it. He has a plan to restore you. He has a plan to strengthen you. He has a plan to show you what true love really feels like. Let yourself feel the pain, but do not let it define your future. Let yourself grieve what you thought this love was, but do not stay in despair. God is calling you into a new chapter, one where you are no longer the last to know, one where your heart is guarded, one where you are loved with truth and honor. You are not meant to stay stuck in a cycle of emotional hiding. You are meant to walk in freedom. This is why He's been stirring your spirit lately. This is why you've been feeling like something is off even when you couldn't explain it. He has been preparing you for this moment. And though it may feel like loss, it is protection in disguise. You are being protected from further deception, from deeper heartbreak, from ties that were never rooted in honesty. So let the truth come. Let it sting if it must. But know that in the sting, there is the touch of God's hand on your life. He is not letting you go. He is not leaving you broken. He is bringing you into peace you have never known before. He is calling you forward. He is calling you higher. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. But heaven saw the betrayal before it unfolded. Heaven saw how your heart clung to someone who had already stopped being honest. And now, God's voice is louder than the silence of those around you. He is stepping in, not just to reveal, but to redeem what the enemy tried to steal from you. There is something sacred about divine exposure. It might feel like pain in the beginning, but it always leads to peace. You have spent too many nights defending what your spirit knew was falling apart. You've rehearsed excuses for someone who stopped offering you clarity. You've stayed loyal while their loyalty shifted. And God, in His mercy, could no longer let you sit in the shadow of deception while pretending it was love. This is why your heart is heavy. This is why you've been feeling so restless. You are not crazy. You are being awakened. Everything that was done in the dark, God is bringing to the light. Not because He wants to shame you, not because He wants to punish anyone, but because He wants your eyes to open. He wants your heart to be whole again, and He knows that can only happen when you stop pretending that silence is the same as peace. It is not peace when your soul is screaming for answers. It is not love when your tears are met with avoidance. And God is stepping in now to say, enough. You've carried this pain for long enough. Now let me carry you. Comment 333 to declare your faith in God's perfect timing and perfect truth. You may not understand the full picture right now, and that is okay. What matters is that God sees it all. He saw what happened behind closed doors. He heard what was said when you were not in the room. He knows the parts of this story that were hidden from you, and He is not going to let you be the only one walking blind in a situation where everyone else already knows the truth. That is not the life He called you to. That is not the love He designed for you. He created you to be loved in truth and safety. When someone withholds something that affects your heart, your future, your soul, they are not protecting you. They are protecting themselves. And the God who loves you too deeply to watch you be misled is putting His hand over this entire situation and pulling you out of what would have slowly destroyed your trust, your strength, and your joy. He is doing it now because the pain of yesterday cannot continue into tomorrow. He is speaking now because He sees how your heart has been bruised, and He will not allow the wound to deepen without bringing healing. It is not your fault that you trusted someone. It is not your failure that they chose to hide something from you. God is not looking at you with disappointment. He is looking at you with compassion. He is surrounding you right now with His presence, even if your world feels like it just fell apart. He is holding you, even while the truth feels too much to carry. And little by little, He is going to rebuild the parts of you that were shattered by someone's silence. There is something powerful that happens when truth finally breaks through. It may feel like loss at first. It may leave you feeling exposed, confused, or heartbroken, but it will also begin the process of restoration. God is not just exposing what was hidden. He is starting the healing you didn't even know you needed. He is pulling you out of the shadows of secrecy and planting your feet in solid ground. You will not walk forward with your head low. You will not stay in confusion. You will rise, because the one who lifts the brokenhearted is lifting you now. You have always been seen by God. From the very first moment you whispered those prayers for clarity, He heard you. Even when your voice shook, even when you felt too tired to ask again, He never stopped listening. He has waited for this moment not to crush you, but to carry you, not to condemn the one who hurt you, but to protect the one who prayed with pure intentions. You have never been alone in this, and you will not walk through the aftermath of this alone either. You may be wondering what to do now that the truth is surfacing, but God is not asking you to make every decision today. He is asking you to stay close to Him, to lean into His presence, to stop blaming yourself for loving someone who was not fully honest. Love is never wrong, but loving someone who hides the truth can lead your heart into places it was never meant to go. And now that God is bringing you out, He is doing so with tenderness, with purpose, with a plan that is still full of hope. Do not rush the healing. Do not bury the pain just to avoid facing it. God is big enough to walk with you through every tear. He is strong enough to hold your questions. He is near enough to sit with you in the silence. And He will speak again. He will show you what is next. He will guide you into something deeper, something safer, something you don't have to question or fight for. Let yourself breathe. Let your spirit rest in the fact that God is for you. He is not turning this around to torment you. He is turning this around to free you. You deserve a love that is whole, a love that tells the truth, a love that walks with integrity, and that begins with God. His love is where your healing starts. His love is where your clarity begins. You will not be the one left behind anymore. You will not be the one in the dark. God has spoken. And when He speaks, chains break, veils lift, truth sets you free. And though your heart may feel raw now, it will beat again with strength. It will hope again. It will trust again. Because the one who holds your heart is faithful. God has chosen this moment to bring light into your life, and He is doing it with love, not anger. He is doing it because you matter too much to Him to be left in the dark one more day. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. It may feel like the world has shifted underneath you. It may feel like the person you trusted the most has become a stranger. But God is not surprised by any of this. He saw the cracks before they appeared. He saw the deception before it reached your ears. And in His mercy, He waited until the exact moment when your heart was strong enough to handle the truth. That moment is now. He is unfolding this truth before you, because you are not just anyone, you are His. You are chosen. You are covered. You are protected. When He says everyone except you already knows what happened last night, that may sound like betrayal, but it is actually a signal. A divine alarm sounding in your spirit. Because being the last to know hurts, yes, but God will not let that pain be wasted. He will not let it define your worth. He will not let it stain your heart. Instead, He is using it to open your eyes and draw you closer to Himself. He is allowing this truth to reach you now so that you can walk forward without pretending anymore. God never asks you to carry the weight of other people's silence. He knows that silence can be just as loud as betrayal. It echoes through your soul and makes you question your value. But your value has never changed. Not because someone lied. Not because someone failed to speak. You are still as loved, as seen, as precious to God as you were the moment He formed you. And this truth, as painful as it feels, is only a page in the book He is writing for your life. Comment 555 if you believe that God is writing your story and turning this page with purpose. There are moments when God allows what is hidden to surface, not to embarrass you, not to punish anyone, but to keep your heart aligned with His truth. You have prayed for discernment. You have asked for guidance. And now, here it is. Though it may not look like what you expected, sometimes the answer to our prayers comes wrapped in discomfort. Sometimes it arrives in the form of revelation that we would rather not face. But that does not mean God has abandoned you. It means He is answering you in the most honest, loving way possible. You were never meant to stay in a place where people speak in whispers around you. You were never meant to be in a relationship or a connection where truth is withheld and appearances are valued more than honesty. That is not how love works in the kingdom of God. Real love brings clarity. It brings light. It makes you feel safe, seen, and secure, not confused and always questioning. God is not only revealing the truth about someone else, He is also showing you your own strength. He is showing you what you are capable of enduring and what you are being called out of. You have been carrying so much in silence, trying to protect a love that was not protecting you. You stayed when you should have been resting. You gave when your soul was running dry, and still you loved. That love was never wasted. That love was seen by God, and that love will be returned to you in ways you cannot yet imagine. This is not the end of love in your life. This is the end of love that comes with confusion. God is making room for something better, something true, something that does not require you to beg for the truth. What happened last night, what they are refusing to say, has already been allowed by heaven to surface because God refuses to let you stay bound in a lie. You are meant to live in truth. You are meant to walk in peace. And though your heart may feel like it's breaking, it's really just being open to a deeper kind of healing. You will not carry this pain forever. You will not sit in this sorrow for the rest of your days. What you are feeling now is temporary. What God is preparing you for is eternal. A love that honors Him, a relationship that reflects heaven, a life that is free from hidden things. It's okay to feel shocked. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to mourn what you thought this love was. But do not lose hope. Do not let this moment make you believe that love is gone for you. God is love, and He has never left you. He is closer now than ever before. He is whispering peace over your heart, calming your mind, and reminding you that this was not your fault. You gave your best, you stayed true, you were honest, and now He is rewarding that by giving you the truth you needed to move forward. Every single tear you have cried has been collected by God. Not one was wasted. Not one moment of confusion has gone unnoticed. You are being covered right now with a grace that can only come from heaven, a covering that says, even when people fail you, I will not. Even when others lie, I will speak truth. Even when it feels like the world knew before you did, I will comfort you and lift you above the shame and pain. God is preparing your heart for what's ahead. He is not finished with you. This is not the end. It is the unwrapping of what was always hidden, so you can see clearly. And once you see clearly, you will never walk blind again. You will not be tricked. You will not be played with. You will not be someone's secret or someone's excuse. You will be someone's blessing, just as you are already God's treasure. There is power in this revelation. There is freedom in this truth. And even though it hurts, you are now walking in light. You are walking toward healing, and the God who started this good work in you will be faithful to complete it. That moment is now. And no matter how hard it is to hear, you are not walking through this alone. God is standing beside you, steady and unshaken, with arms wide open to carry you through every wave of emotion that comes. Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles, but this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. There is nothing accidental about what you are feeling right now. That sense of something being off, that sudden shift in atmosphere, that ache deep in your chest, it is not confusion. It is your spirit waking up to what your heart tried to ignore. The person you love deeply has kept something from you, and God could not allow that silence to stay hidden any longer. Not because He wants to hurt you, but because He refuses to let you be the only one living in the dark. He is your protector, your defender, and He will never leave you in a place where truth is twisted. You deserve to be loved in full light. You deserve to be told the truth, even when it's hard, because real love tells the truth. Real love doesn't hide. And though what happened may be hard to face, God is not bringing it to destroy your heart. He is bringing it to strengthen you. He is letting you see clearly now, because what is ahead requires your full attention, your full healing, and your full heart. You cannot move into your future carrying pieces of someone else's deception. Comment 1212 if you know this pain is not your ending but your awakening. You are not broken. You are not foolish. You are not weak because you didn't see it sooner. You are human, and you loved deeply. You trusted with your whole heart. You believed in someone who gave you reasons to hold on. That's not something to be ashamed of. That is something to be proud of, because it shows that your love was real, that your heart was pure. And when you love with that kind of sincerity, even if someone mishandles it, God honors it. He never lets that love return void. Even when others try to hide the truth, God cannot be deceived. He sees every hidden motive. He hears every whispered conversation. He knows when people are not being honest with you. And while He may have allowed it to go on for a while, He has never ignored your prayers. He heard you when you cried in silence. He saw you when you smiled through confusion. He watched over you while your soul quietly wondered why something didn't feel right anymore. And now, He has stepped in, because He knows you would have kept giving your all to someone who wasn't being honest. He knows you would have kept believing even when things didn't make sense. But love is not supposed to make you lose your clarity. Love is not supposed to leave you in the dark. And He is shining His light now because He wants you to see not just what they've hidden, but how far He's willing to go to protect your heart. God is faithful to those who trust Him. And He is being faithful to you right now, even when people were not. Even when the one you love stayed silent, He was already preparing the truth to come forward. Because your future is too important to be built on anything less than honesty, you cannot build your next chapter on a foundation of confusion. And God is making sure of that. This pain will not last forever. What feels like heartbreak today will become the soil of your healing tomorrow. You may not be able to imagine that right now, and that's okay. God is not asking you to understand everything. He is just asking you to trust that His timing is perfect and His love for you is endless. He is not punishing you. He is not rejecting you. He is revealing what needs to be seen so that you can finally stop wondering and start healing. You were never meant to walk through life carrying unanswered questions. You were never meant to stay in a relationship where truth is optional. That is not God's design for love. That is not His plan for your life. You were created to be loved with honesty, with clarity, with peace. And the one who created your heart is now protecting it. Every moment you stayed up wondering what changed, every time you noticed a shift in their tone, every time your heart sank because something felt off, God saw it. And while the person you love may have chosen silence, God has chosen truth, because He will never let you be the last to know when your spirit deserves peace. What happened last night, whether it was a betrayal, a confession that never came, or a decision that was made behind your back, has already reached the ears of others. The silence has already become louder than any excuse. And now, God is saying, it is time. It is time for you to walk in truth. It is time for you to stop protecting what is hurting you. It is time for you to stand in the light and reclaim your peace. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about bitterness. This is about freedom. You are being freed from lies, from manipulation, from cycles of emotional confusion. You are being led into a place where your heart can breathe again, where you don't have to guess how someone feels, where you don't have to beg for honesty, where love is not a battle but a blessing. God is doing this for you, not because you asked for the truth in this way, but because He knew it was time. He knew your heart had carried this long enough, and He refuses to let you be deceived anymore. This truth may hurt now, but it will heal you. It will strengthen you. and it will lead you into a deeper trust with the one who never hides from you. He knows that what happened last night didn't just break your trust, it shook the ground beneath your feet. And he is not sitting back, watching from a distance. He is leaning in, stepping closer, covering you with a grace that meets you right where you are, even in the middle of confusion, sorrow, and silence. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. There are things that only God can heal. Not because others won't try to comfort you, but because there are some wounds that go deeper than words. The ache of knowing that the person you love has kept something from you is not just disappointment. It is a tearing at the very fabric of the connection you believed was safe. But even now, God is protecting the softest parts of you. The pieces that were bruised by the weight of other people's choices are not forgotten. They are in the hands of the one who makes broken things whole again. You may be wondering how to keep going after knowing what you know. You may be trying to act normal, keep the peace, hold yourself together. But God is not asking you to pretend. He is inviting you into truth, into rest, into healing that does not come from hiding your feelings but from bringing them to Him exactly as they are. He is not ashamed of your hurt. He is not tired of your questions. He is ready to walk with you through every part of this. One breath at a time. Comment 777 if you believe God is walking with you through this. There is no shame in feeling heartbroken. There is no weakness in grieving something you didn't expect to lose. What you are going through is not small. It's not dramatic. It's real. And God is treating your heart with gentleness, not judgment. He knows how much you gave. He knows the prayers you whispered in the dark. He knows the way you stayed faithful even when things didn't feel right. And that is why He is here now, closer than ever, to make sure that you are not left to carry this weight alone. The people around you may act like they know more than they're saying. They may look at you with sympathy, thinking you still don't know what they do. But God's revelation is never about humiliation. He does not allow truth to come to you so that others can look down on you. He allows it because He wants to lift you up. He wants to break the power of silence that has been wrapping around your life like a fog. You were never meant to walk through life in confusion, waiting for someone to be honest. You were created for peace. You were created to love and be loved in return, without lies in the background. There is a reason you are hearing this now, a divine reason. God never wastes timing. He never reveals too early, and He never waits too long. He saw your heart beginning to dim. He saw how your joy was slowly fading, and He said, "No more." He stepped in because He refuses to watch you slip further into a relationship with secrets. He refuses to let the enemy keep you bound in something that looks like love but feels like emptiness. You have been loyal in ways others did not even notice. You have been silent to protect someone else's image. You have smiled to keep the peace, but inside, your heart has been begging for truth. And now, truth is here, not in anger, not to create division, but to finally bring your heart out of hiding. God is pulling you into His presence, not to condemn, but to cover. He is drawing you near because this is not a moment of rejection, it is a moment of redirection. A moment where God takes your brokenness and starts shaping it into something beautiful. You are not foolish for trusting someone who didn't tell you everything. You are not weak because you loved without conditions. That's what makes your heart rare. That's what makes your love powerful. And though they did not value it the way you deserved, God does. He sees the beauty in your loyalty. He sees the depth of your care. And He is not going to let those qualities be lost. He is going to preserve them. He is going to heal what this pain tried to ruin. Let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself feel. Don't rush to fix everything. Don't try to be stronger than you are. You have a Father in heaven who is holding every tear, every ache, every unspoken fear. You have the attention of the one who heals in ways time never could. And he is not leaving you in this state. He is walking you out of it, slowly, carefully, lovingly. The person you love may still be silent. They may still pretend nothing happened. But you know now. God has made sure of that. And that knowledge, though heavy, is not meant to break you. It's meant to free you. Because now you don't have to wonder. You don't have to chase explanations. You don't have to keep looking for signs. You can begin the journey of healing. You can start to rebuild. You can finally rest. And in that rest, God will speak again. He will begin to pour peace into places that felt like war zones in your heart. He will begin to reveal things that make the picture clearer. He will guide your steps. You don't have to rush. You don't have to decide everything now. Just stay close to him. Stay in the shelter of his presence. There is safety there. There is peace there. And there is wisdom that will come when you need it. You are not stepping into a future alone. You are stepping into a future held by the hands that have never dropped you. Hands that shape the stars and still know how to hold your broken heart without letting it fall apart. God is not just present in this. He is active. He is involved. He is weaving something good even from this moment of sorrow. This is not where your story ends. This is not where hope dies. This is the place where you start hearing God more clearly. This is the place where you finally see yourself the way he sees you. Loved, chosen, protected, precious. Worthy of a love that doesn't lie. Worthy of a love that is honest. Worthy of peace that lasts. The person you love deeply may have kept you out of the truth, but God stepped in to make sure you would never stay there. He allowed you to be the last to know, so that when it finally reached you, it would not just be knowledge, it would be divine instruction to move forward in strength. What's really behind the 7-second brain trick exploding online? A leaked CIA ritual is turning heads and bank balances. Backed by neuroscience labs, this at-home method removes money blocks and unlocks unstoppable wealth flow. But the page could vanish any time. Click the link in the first comment before it's permanently deleted. There is nothing light about what you are going through. The pain of realizing that someone chose silence when they should have chosen honesty is not just disappointment, it is a spiritual breaking. It is the collapse of trust. And yet, in the wreckage, God is building something new, something solid, something pure. He is placing his hand over the broken pieces of your heart and whispering, "I'm still here, and I'm not finished with you. Your story is not over because of what happened last night." It may have changed how you see certain people. It may have altered your understanding of someone you loved, but it has not changed how God sees you. It has not changed your identity in him. It has not changed his promise over your life. In fact, it has activated something new. You are stepping into a season where nothing hidden can stay buried. God is illuminating every corner, not to leave you in fear, but to lead you in truth. Comment 999 if you believe God reveals to protect and restore. When God brings something to the surface, it is because the season of blindness has ended. He will not let you stay in a place where you are constantly questioning your worth, constantly wondering why their words and actions never match. You have spent enough time trying to piece together what you were never meant to chase. God is not a God of confusion. He brings clarity, even when it hurts. The person you love deeply may have chosen comfort over confession. They may have decided it was easier to carry a lie than to risk telling you the truth. But God saw it all. And even when you felt like you were the only one who didn't know, He made sure that what you needed to see would be revealed, not just so you could know, but so you could heal. God does not reveal and then abandon. He reveals and then rebuilds. He steps in to break the silence, then stays to pick up every shattered piece. The revelation may feel like it destroyed your peace, but in time, you will realize it was the beginning of real peace. A peace that does not come from pretending everything is fine. A peace that grows from standing in truth. No matter how painful, you have not been forgotten. This moment, though painful, is proof that heaven is paying attention to you. God did not let you be left in the dark forever. He intervened. He reached for you. He broke through every wall of silence to speak directly to your spirit, to let you know you are seen and heard. That kind of love is not shallow. It is fierce. It is holy. It is personal. Let yourself feel the weight of what you've learned. Don't rush to fix it. Don't push away the emotions that are rising. Let God sit with you in it. He is not uncomfortable with your pain. He is not offended by your heartbreak. He is the only one who knows exactly how to heal it. Every word they didn't say, God knows. Every detail they left out, God saw. Every moment you sat confused, God was there. And now He's moving in, not to tear you apart, but to make you whole again. This healing will not be instant, but it will be complete. It will not be easy, but it will be holy, because when God begins something, He finishes it. You are not too broken for restoration. You are not too far gone to begin again. And even now, while your world feels uncertain, heaven is holding you with unshakable hands. You may be tempted to blame yourself, to wonder if you missed the signs, to question your ability to trust again. But the truth is, you were loving the best way you knew how, and that love was not weak, that love was not foolish, it was pure. And even if someone else mishandled it, God never will. He is restoring your confidence. He is renewing your heart. He is reminding you that you are still worthy of a love that tells the truth. The silence of others is no longer your prison. The revelation you have received is your key. You don't have to wait for them to admit it. You don't need a confession to begin your healing. God already showed you. That is enough. That is more than enough. And from here on, you will walk in wisdom. You will not question your instincts. You will not shrink your discernment. You will not silence your spirit to keep the peace. God has ignited something in you, a fire that burns through every lie, a light that shines through every dark place, and that light will lead you forward. You will see more clearly now. You will trust more wisely now, and you will love more securely, because your heart will no longer be bound by secrecy. This is a holy unraveling. It feels like loss, but it is actually release. Release from cycles, release from emotional guessing, release from carrying the weight of someone else's choices. You are being freed, not punished. And what feels like the end is really the moment God steps in to begin something better. You are not alone. Not now, not ever. Even in the middle of betrayal, even in the middle of confusion, God is near. His voice is the one truth you can hold on to. His presence is the one place you can rest, and His promise is still intact. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too lost. You are exactly where God knew you would be, and He has already made a way through this. The pain of knowing that the person you love so deeply chose to remain quiet when they should have been honest can feel unbearable. But even now, in the middle of all the confusion, the aching questions, and the moments where your thoughts feel too loud to escape, God is standing over you not to condemn but to comfort. The secret ritual they never wanted public is finally out. A 7-second brain technique backed by leaked CIA data and 4 neuroscience labs, is helping families erase debt and attract money on autopilot. But this miracle won't stay public long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's gone forever. What happened last night was not just an event, it was a shift in the atmosphere around you. While you slept, while you waited for peace, something changed, something broke, something surfaced. And though you were not told, though no one came to explain, God made sure your spirit would not stay blind. He made sure your heart would not be left out of what heaven already knew. He didn't let it stay hidden, because hidden things grow into deeper wounds. But exposed things, even when they hurt, can be healed. This isn't just about what was said or done. It's about what it did to your heart. You gave that person your trust, your prayers, your presence. You saw them through their hard days. You forgave them when they didn't even ask. You held their hand in silence and prayed over them when no one else knew what they were facing. You fought for love, even when you had to do it quietly. And now, God is fighting for you. He is lifting you up from a place that was slowly draining your strength. Comment 1010 if you believe God is lifting you up, even in silence. There's a holy sorrow that comes with the truth, especially when you weren't ready to hear it. But there's also holy strength that comes after it. And that strength is rising in you now, even if you don't feel it yet. You may feel weak, but God is pouring courage into the parts of you that feel crushed. You may feel confused, but He is already clearing the path. You may feel forgotten, but you have never been out of His sight. God's love for you is not dependent on how others treat you. It is constant, it is fierce, and it is full of grace. That's why He interrupted this situation. That's why He sent this word. Because you matter to Him more than the comfort of a temporary peace built on silence. He could have left you there, trusting in something that wasn't rooted in truth, but He didn't. He stepped in and said, "Enough. Not one more night in the dark, not one more day walking blind, not one more moment giving yourself fully to someone who isn't being fully honest." This is the kindness of God. It may not feel kind at first, it may feel like a storm, but He is not trying to punish you. He is saving you. He is pulling you out of waters that were calm on the surface but dangerous underneath. And though you might want to go back and hold on, to fix it, to understand it, God is whispering, "Let go." Not because He wants you to lose, but because He wants you to win. And sometimes, winning means walking away from what you once begged God to bless. The ache of unanswered questions, the sting of hidden truths, the heartbreak of being the last to know it all feels like too much. But let me remind you, God does not allow your heart to break without holding every single piece. He does not sit back and watch while your world crumbles. He enters into the ruins with you. He becomes your shelter, your steady hand, your anchor in the storm. He does not speak from a distance, He walks close. You will not have to rebuild your life alone. You will not have to figure it all out tonight. You don't have to explain your pain to everyone, and you don't have to justify why you feel what you feel. God already knows. And He is the only one who can take what was meant to silence you and turn it into something sacred, something strong, something healed. The truth that came to you late is still on time in God's hands. He never reveals without reason. He never lifts the veil unless something better is waiting on the other side. What you thought was love may have been comfort. What you believed was trust may have been a distraction. And though it hurts to admit that, God is not leaving you in regret. He is walking you into restoration. This is where you begin again, not with less hope, not with less love, but with more clarity, with more peace. with more confidence that the God who revealed this to you is the same God who will walk with you through it. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. You are not foolish. You are a child of God, deeply known, deeply loved, and deeply covered. What they did may never be fully explained. You may never get all the details. They may never admit it, but God saw it. God knows it. And He decided it was time for you to know it too, not to shame you, not to break you, but to free you. Because when you are free from deception, you are finally able to hear God's voice without noise. You are finally able to make decisions without being weighed down by lies. You will breathe easier. You will sleep deeper. You will love again. This is not the end of you. This is the end of the lie. And from here, you walk forward not carrying shame, but wearing strength. You are going to rise from this with more grace than you ever imagined. You are going to carry peace that doesn't make sense to those around you. Because it is not coming from them, it is coming from the one who knows everything and still calls you His. God is not finished with you. He is just beginning. And He will finish what He started, even here, even now. Even with a heart still learning how to beat again. But beneath all of that, something beautiful is happening. God is shifting you. He is lifting you out of the fog. He is calling you away from every lie you unknowingly lived in. And though it feels like loss, it is actually a holy rescue in motion. You gave your all to someone who chose to keep you in the dark. You loved without holding back. You prayed with sincerity. You fought with loyalty. And still, they held back a truth that could have freed you much earlier. But what they never said, what they refused to admit, what they hid from your heart, God saw. And when He saw that you were still standing, still hoping, still believing even without all the truth, He decided that it was time to bring the hidden things to light. Time to give your heart what it deserved: clarity. Is this leaked CIA ritual the missing key to your financial breakthrough? A once hidden brain ritual is spreading fast. This strange 7-second method, confirmed by elite neuroscience labs, activates your brain's wealth magnet. The government may shut this down. If you're seeing this, you are God's chosen child. Click the link in the description and comments before it's deleted. He didn't do this to break your hope. He did it to protect it. Because your hope was planted in someone who didn't give you the full truth, and God could no longer let that grow. You were sowing your peace into ground that looked good on the surface, but had cracks running underneath. And now, God is leading you to safer soil. Soil that's been purified by truth, by honesty, by His own hand. Comment 1515. If you believe God is shifting you into healing and freedom. There is nothing easy about this, but there is something holy about it. Holy because it was God who chose the moment. Holy because it was His mercy that stepped in. Holy because even in the tears there is purpose. Your emotions are not a sign of weakness, they are the evidence of how much you loved. And love like that never goes unnoticed by God. It is precious to Him. He will honor it. He will return it to you in a form that is honest, pure, and filled with peace. Don't rush yourself to be okay. There is no healing in pretending. Let God walk with you through this. Let Him sit with you in the silence. Let Him comfort the parts of you that were shattered not just by what they did, but by what they never said. The pain of what you didn't know, what was hidden from you, is real. But even that pain has an expiration date in the presence of God. He is pouring out peace into your life, piece by piece, even if you don't feel it yet. He is quieting the noise in your mind, replacing confusion with certainty, chaos with calm. You're not losing your mind. You're not overreacting. Your heart is catching up to what your spirit already sensed long ago. That still, small voice inside you that whispered something wasn't right, that was God. That was your warning wrapped in mercy. And now, it has become your wake-up call. The one you loved might still be pretending. They might still be silent. They might never come forward with the truth. But you don't need their words to start your healing. You don't need their confession to move forward. You have God's voice, and that is more than enough. When God speaks, it cuts through every lie. When God reveals, it sets the captive free. And you, beloved, are being set free right now. Free from overthinking, free from second-guessing, free from carrying the weight of what someone else wouldn't admit. You're being released from the emotional prison you didn't even know you were in. This is the divine exchange. Your tears for His comfort, your questions for His peace, your heartbreak for His healing. This process will not always make sense. There will be days you miss them. Days you wonder what could have been if they had only been honest. Days when silence feels louder than any answer. But through it all, God will be faithful. He will not leave you alone in this. He will remind you again and again that He saw this coming, and He has already made a way through it. God is not just your protector, He is your provider. He provides comfort, He provides understanding, He provides new beginnings. And just because someone did not give you what you deserved does not mean God won't. He will return to you everything you thought was lost. Not always through the same people, but through His grace, through His timing, through His plans that never fail. This chapter is not the end of your value, it's the end of false peace. It's the end of walking blind. It's the end of sacrificing your joy for the sake of keeping something that was no longer honest. God does not ask you to hold on to something that breaks you. He asks you to trust Him when He breaks it open.